Verse 4, which is Sutra number 4, says, having gained this supreme devotion, the devotee attains perfection and immortality and becomes extremely satisfied.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are many creation tools that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or a computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more podcast portals. It's not only that, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So why late? Download free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Satisfaction is the ultimate aim. You see, a person is satisfied when he has nothing to gain or lose, when there is no happiness or sadness. You are in a state of blissful existence. When you gain this highest devotion, the supreme devotion, the devotee attains perfection. He becomes exactly like the Supreme Divine. He becomes like that. So, if we consider Krishna as the highest Supreme Divine, the one who has the highest of the devotion becomes exactly like him. Because there is no disturbance of any kind. He attains perfection and immortality. Why immortality? I think we have done it in the previous verse. There is no beginning and there is no end. All kinds of happiness are joy. There is always a beginning and there is always an end. You see, when a person is not having children and gets a child, the moment the person is pregnant, there is joy all around. I am pregnant. When the child comes, everybody is again joyful. The child has come. I am very happy. What happens to this happiness after some time? It goes out of the window. And then the second child. I am very happy. Again I am pregnant. Then you give birth. And then what happens? The child comes out in the world. You are again happy. And after that, sadness. Then you want again happiness. Then you start creating babies. You see, when people have no other kam dhanda in this world, they start making babies. This coronavirus is one of the biggest victims, or the biggest problems in this world is, it's high time, everybody wants to create babies. I was talking to somebody in the morning, that person tells me, yes, December will be a good time to have babies. What? He's already calculated. Coronavirus is helping us create babies. You will be happy. And just imagine this happiness, where it is going to go to. The moment you get a child which has some error in the system, the child is autistic or with a Down syndrome or with some other defect, bodily defect or whatever, what happened to that happiness? It's a painful existence after that. Everybody will agree with me. You got what I'm saying? Even if there is a big birthmark over here, let us say, a child born with a big birthmark over here, you think anybody is happy? That happiness is out of the window. Right? And while giving birth, the mother dies. You think anybody is happy? Nobody is happy. So there is no continuous happiness in this world, by the way. You just think that there is happiness. To raise children is not happiness, is painful. Ask any parent. You see, the first thing they will say is, oh, it is so joyous to have children. But when you have children who are breaking things around, destroying stuff and, causing you misery all the time, you can't even tell them, shut up. You know how difficult it is? Have we not seen brats at the airport? Or in the plane or in some such place? These children are painful. And that time you look at the mother or the father who is carrying the child. Oh my God, what problem this person must be going through. What? Well, they are not bothered about it. They just brought the child in this world and now they are just left it like that. Like one day I was in a theater and I was watching a very beautiful movie. Okay. It was a super hit movie and I was watching it. And there were two children running in the aisle up and down and making noise. If somebody does that to you, or just imagine you're watching a movie and somebody sitting in front of you keeps on doing like this all the time, you think you're going to like it or keeps on making noise of that popcorn. Just now also, if I keep on making noise like this, you're going to get disturbed. Your happiness will go out of the window. I hope you understand this. The permanent happiness is not around in material existence. Please know this. So hear what he says. The devotee attains perfection and immortality and becomes extremely satisfied. So tell me, what is it that you have done in this world that you are fully satisfied with? Nothing. Elon Musk went and told people, I want money because I want to fight the virus. Everybody is gone against him. Why? Why does he want money? This is something which you can never understand. Till yesterday he was being praised to the heavens, Oh, he's the greatest person on earth. And then suddenly he says some words and then out of the window. This happiness has turned into sadness like that. It is called a yo-yo. I have a number of students who come to me. As a teacher, my job is to test everybody and to break them, literally. You see, if you don't get a guru who breaks your back, then he is not a guru. If you want to be perfect in this world, you have to get your ass kicked around. You know how soldiers are made in this world? Soldiers are made with discipline and absolute one-pointedness in whatever that they got to achieve. If they have to go to Iraq or Iran or any of these countries in this world, or if they have to fight Pakistan, or if they have to fight in some other war, they have to be so focused. It's again like Olympics. Olympics 2020 are being postponed to 2021. You know how many people have been preparing for these Olympics for so many years? It's a single pointedness that you need to have. The kind of devotion that you need to have to doing something, achieving something. So in my spiritual world also, when everybody who comes to me, initially it is kid gloves. Kid gloves, you understand? I treat them very nicely. Because they don't understand. And they want, kindergarten treatment. Later on, when I put them on the path is getting tougher and tougher. It's like climbing Mount Everest. When you're on the flat lands, it's a very, very easy path. You're not having that. You're not going to do that. Well, start climbing. You think I did not have to go through that? You think Sri Krishna did not go through this? You think Sri Ram didn't go through this? Sri Krishna was born in a jail. Understand one thing. He had to go through troubled times. So many Rakshasas after him. You will say he is God Almighty. But you think he did not take training from his guru, Sandipani? You think Sri Ram didn't take training? 14 years of Vanvas. Roaming around in the jungles. You think he was wearing Nike shoes and all? Just think about it. What are you talking about? He had to walk barefoot in the jungles. A kingly person walking in the jungles and his wife gets kidnapped. You see the amount of trouble that he has to go through? The path is very, very tedious and dangerous. Spiritual path is exactly like this. Narada is going to tell us about this path. I'm going to give you all stories after stories related to devotion which will make you cringe and tell me, oh my God, is this the kind of devotion you are talking about? Today before I end, I will give you a story. So you understand, there is no satisfaction in this. What is this satisfaction? The moment you think that I have to reach a certain destination or this is the place I have to go to, that means you are dissatisfied, and from dissatisfied you have to become satisfied. Do you get it? No. This is immortality we are talking about. It's not something coming and going. No. There is no beginning and there is no end. Satisfaction has to be uniform, which means the devotion that we are talking about has to be permanent. Do you get what I'm saying? Krishna loves to do that. He does that to all his gopis.